Hello, my name is Benjamin. I'm a representative of Taximaster. Taximaster is a software technology company. We are presently more than 18 years in the market. We are presently operating more than 18 countries, and we have more than 3,000 companies presently using our mobile app on their phones. Using our system gives any taxi company the potentials of becoming an international standard taxi company. Today, I would like to display how Taximaster program processes orders from passengers, either via mobile app, phone calls, or from website. Firstly, presently I'm having the admin panel. I'm also going to display the mobile app for the passengers, mobile app for the drivers, and mobile app for the passengers. Now back to the admin. We can see the admin section is divided into four parts. We have the current and advanced booking page. We have the caps that is going to display all the cars that you are having in your company. We have the cap stands that will indicate the locations of the cars and the map. Presently, I want to display how orders are being processed. Let's assume that the first orders is from our VIP customers. Our VIP customers, we call them corporate clients. We give them a page with the potentials of bookings by themselves, which means that you, as the owner of a taxi company, you are going to give them a login and a password that they will be able to log in into their personal page. Opening their personal page, they are going to have they are going to see the information of their company, then the amount they are owing you. Now booking through the page. Let's assume that they are booking from this address. Then the destination, this address. Now, also they have the potentials of selecting how many cars they are in need of, maybe 2, 3, 4, or as many cars as possible they can order through the system. Also, they can select what type of cars they are in need of. They are in need of business car, buses, and after that, they can also add commentaries. After that, you can see that the system calculated the amount automatically. They will be able to see how much they will be paying. Saving the information, then we can see in the admin panel. In the admin panel, the information is here. Now, also let's assume another order is from our passengers through phone calls. As the admin panel, the dispatcher, you need to have the information of the passenger. Firstly, the phone number and some other information. If you are having the passenger already in your system, you can just pick the information of the passenger. Is going to be added automatically. But let's assume that the passenger is calling for the first time. We need to add the information by ourselves automatically. In order to do that, you just need to indicate your presence location, the location of the passenger, then the destination of the passenger. Adding the destination of the passenger into the system. Then we need to select the type of cab the passenger is in need of, maybe in need of a standard cab, business cab, delivery, whatsoever. Let's assume the passenger is in need of business cab. Then here we can select the tariff. We have the options. This section, you can have as many tariffs as you want. You can have tariffs for daily, maybe for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, different days you can have different tariffs. Then the system will calculate the amount automatically. Before I forget, I also want to let you know that it is possible for you to book in advance, maybe for passengers that are in need of cars tomorrow morning, maybe to go to the airport very early. In order to do that, you just need to come to this section, select the advance, indicate the time and the date. Also, it is possible for you as the dispatcher to use the map to select the addresses. Now, after that, you select OK. The information is now in the dispatcher's panel. And the third order we are expecting from our passengers using mobile app. The passengers using mobile app need to log in into their mobile app, then selecting the picking up point. Let's assume the picking up point from here, then the destination here. Now the passengers is having the option to select what type of car is in need of, standard car, business car, delivery, depending on the businesses that the taxi company is carrying out. Also, the passenger is having the option to select the type of payment, cash payment, credit card, or other means of payment, e-payment. Then, after selecting that, we can see the order in the system. Now, if you are having up to 100 orders, this is how it's going to be displayed here. Now, the drivers are ready to pick up the passenger. Let's now go back to the driver's mobile app and carry out the transaction. Now, the first order is from our business partner. So the driver can quickly see the picking up point, then the destination, then the amount. Let's assume that the driver is on spot. Then what will happen to the system? The system will indicate that the driver arrived on spot. Then after a while, the passenger mounted, the driver is ready to go. Then what the system say? The system say passenger mounted. Now let's assume that the driver doesn't know the address. The driver is having the option of using the map to navigate. Then the driver is also having the option to know more information about the trip, the tariff, the cost, and everything. Then, after a while, let's assume that the passenger is interested in having a stopover, maybe to get something by the roadside. The driver doesn't want the order to keep on reading, then the driver can pause. Then the passenger mounted, the driver can continue the trip. Then after a while, getting to the final destination, the driver can check out. After checking out, there is going to be a display of the amount. We having take in cash 00, which means that the passenger is not going to pay the driver. Depending on the contract we are having with the corporate company, so it means that they are going to pay us at the end of the month through the company's account. Then it is possible for the driver to issue receipt. The receipt can be either through push, it can be SMS, it can be through email, depending on what the owner of the taxi company want to use. Now, after the transaction, we can see that the information is no more here. For you to see all completed transactions at the end of the day, you need to come to performed recently in order to see completed transactions. Now we can see that the driver is waiting for another order to be carried out. The information displayed as usual. In 3 minutes time, the driver is going to be there. The system gives you update on how every transaction is going. Then after a while, the driver said, I'm on spot. Let's go. Start. After a while, check out. That is the end of that transaction. The driver in cash success. So we can see the information is no more here. The last transaction, let's carry it out. After the transaction, there is a pop-up from the passenger's mobile app, which means that the passengers are having the option to rate the drivers. So they can write as many things that they want to write about the driver. Now, coming back to the admin section, it is possible for you as the owner of the taxi business at the end of the day to see what passengers are saying about your driver. By coming to this section, opening this section, you can see what they are saying about the driver, how are they rating the drivers. What they are saying, if it is good, you can encourage the drivers. If they are saying bad things about the drivers, you can also communicate with your drivers in order to improve the service of your company. Another thing about the Taxi Master software program is that you, as the owner of a taxi business, you have a lot of things loaded here for you to improve your business. For instance, let's assume you want to start another business. You are presently operating a regular taxi business. You want to start delivery service. For you to do that, you don't need to get another software. You just need to come to this section and start another cab group. Creating another cab group gives you the opportunity to do as many businesses as you want. Maybe you want to do delivery service, any business that has to do with transportation, you can use this group to create it. Then after creating the group, you look for groups of drivers that will be carrying out the activities. You sign a contract with them. After signing a contract with them, they download the mobile app. Downloading the mobile app, then you start advertisement. After a while, you're already operating in another business. Then another thing is possible for you as the owner of taxi business to operate in as many cities as you want. Let's assume you are presently operating in one city, you decide to add more cities. You don't need to have additional software in order to do that. You don't need to pay extra to do that. You just come to the system, you create more cities that you want, and you are ready. You look for drivers, you create group, another cab group there. You look for drivers that will be carrying out the activities. You start advertisement. Then in a while, you're already functioning in that field. Another thing about our program is that we have a lot of things to encourage drivers. The drivers are your major source of income. Now, we have a GPS tracking in order to know the locations of every driver. Should in case they are in problem, you can know where they are. Another thing is the visual inspection for you to improve the activities of the drivers. The visual inspections will give you the opportunity to inform the driver, please, I need the front view, the back view, and the side view pictures of the cars before you start operation. Then you can see how the cars look like, neat or they are not neat. Then you can give the approval. Maybe they can start their daily activities or not through this visual inspection. We have some other functions here in order to encourage the drivers. We have the penalty sections that will help you to encourage the drivers. When they are not doing good, you can penalize them by maybe denying them the right to use the system, maybe for some days or maybe for a long period of time, depending on what you want. Also, we have the options of tips for drivers, which means that when drivers are doing good, you can encourage them by receiving tips from passengers. Through the passengers' mobile app, they can give tips to the drivers. Then we have sale of priorities, which means drivers that are not doing good in terms of ratings from the passengers. In order to improve, in order to get more money from your company, they can buy priority. Buying priority, you can set priorities to them, so which means that it will increase their ratings and they will be able to get more orders. Then from the customers, your customers are your major source of income, so you need to have a lot of things that in order to encourage them. That is why in these sections we have the list of all the customers. This gives you the opportunity to categorize them into groups, which means that whenever you have bonuses, you have a discount, you can decide who and who to take part in that. And also we have a lot of things to encourage the customers. We have the bonus, we have a discount, we have referral program. Our referral program is up to 3 stages, which means that you refer a friend, you are going to have the passenger is going to get a bonus. Then if the friend invite a friend, so up to 3 stages, there is still a bonus for the passenger. So these are the things in order to encourage the passengers not to go to another company. So these are another thing that I also want to display in this system is the report section. The report sections gives you as the owner of the taxi company to know how your company is doing. Maybe you're presently doing good, and after a while you discover things are not going the way it's supposed to go. Coming to this section is more or less like an audit section that you'll be able to know what are doing good and what needs to be improved on. So with this section, you can see information about operators, about the drivers, about the dispatchers, about the clients. So coming to these sessions, you will be able to know, okay, these are my at the present moment, I need to improve in my I need to get more drivers. So coming to these sessions, you'll be able to know, at this time, I need to know which passengers I need to spend more money on. This coming to this session will give you the opportunity as the owner of a taxi business that now I know that there is a need for me to have more dispatcher. So coming to these report sessions has a lot of roles to play in improving your taxi business. So we have lots and lots of functions in this system. We have the tariff sections, we have the penalties, we have the partners, we have the booking exchange session. So I cannot explain it all. So I think as a owner of any taxi business, using the software of a taxi master, we really improve your taxi business.